My name is Johnny, and this is how I personally came to know Jesus, even though I grew up in a Christian home. I remember growing up in a Christian home because my mom was Christian, and every Sunday I had only two options. Option one, I go to church, or option two, I go to church. And sometimes I try to be smart. I try to outsmart my mom. So I'd be like, Mommy, I have a stomach ache and I can't go to church, or I have a headache and I can't go to church, all to swerve my way from going to church. And my mom would be like, well, do you know Jesus? I'm like, yeah, of course I know Jesus. He's the Son of God. He said, yeah, that's true. Jesus is the Son of God, but do you also know that he's a healer? Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I know Jesus is a healer. Then she'll be like, yeah, then you have to go to church, pray to Jesus, and you're going to be healed. So you have to still go to church. What I'm trying to say is that I had no run away from going to church on Sundays, and that was a very good thing my mom did. But at some point I realized that I was going to church for my mom and for the leaders of the church and some people I respected, not because I wanted to know Christ for me. I was helping with children's service, I was helping to evangelize and other church activities. But I realized that I wasn't really knowing Christ for me personally, and it got to a point when I got to the university where my best friend took me to church, and I realized that I was a lot more connected. And for the first time, I realized I was going to church for me. I woke up in the morning, dress up and go to church, to a point where I was even asking my friend to go to church when he doesn't want to go to church. So that was an eye-opener for me. I started learning about God and reading more of the Bible personally to understand Him more. Recently, things got a lot more stronger with God when we were once in church and a lady sitting by me had a vision, and she saw me standing on a cliff, and there was water at the basement, at the base of the cliff. And he heard the voice of Jesus telling me to jump. I really cried that morning because these were two of my fears. I'm afraid of height, and I'm afraid of being in water. I can't swim. And Jesus in that vision told me to trust Him and jump. And for me personally, that connected so much with me because of my fears, because Jesus was trying to let me know that I'm trying to fight the battle by myself, but if I should trust Him, even though I'm afraid of height and I'm afraid to be in water, He can really help me out, and I don't need to fight the battle by myself. And I've been fighting all by myself all this while, and that really made my faith so strong in Christ, and that has really paved a much stronger path for me and my family.